By using the strategy design pattern, we can select an algorithm at runtime. We do that in this validator class. If the rule is an email, then we use the email validation. If the rule is numeric, then we use the numeric validation, and so on. This is a very simple design pattern that can be used to create some complex tools like validation. For this example, all we had was an interface, a validation interface with a constructor and validate method. Each validation rule has to implement that validation interface, so we set up the value and the name of the field, and then inside validate, we simply validate that value. If we do have an error, then we return the error, otherwise we return an empty string. Inside validator, what we do is to get the value from validate. So if error is not null, then we add the error to the errors array. Otherwise, if email, for example, returns an empty string, then the error will not be added to the errors array. Instead of calling the class immediately, what we do is to use a validation strategy. As you can see, for each rule, I am using a validation strategy that takes an implementation. So in this case, for example, in the case of email, the validation strategy takes a new email class. And remember, email implements the validation interface. So here it makes sense that we can accept the implementation. So we accept the validation interface, we initialize validation here, and then we simply call validate on that class. At the end of the day, this is the result you get. Validation similar to Laravel.